Hello and welcome to Fanshawe College's virtual open house. My name is Aisha Monar El-Henawi and I work at the International Department at Fanshawe College. I will be your host for today's session, and before we start, we have some housekeeping notes. Betty, can you please go to slide 2? Thank you. Webcams and microphones will be turned off for this session. You need to use the question feature to ask questions after we finish the presentation or during the presentation. You just need to click on the question mark and then type your question. If you will have questions about other topics or later, you can email us at international@fanshawe.ca, not my future because you're an international student watching this presentation. And if you have other programs open, just close all other programs other than GoToWebinar because it may compromise your system. Now I'm going to introduce Betty. Betty will be having her presentation about business entrepreneurship program in Woodstock. Over to you, Betty. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, welcome everyone. This is going to be a brief presentation about the Business Entrepreneurship and Management Program at the Woodstock campus of Fanshawe. My email address is in the top corner of each slide, so if you want to write that down, if you have any questions about the program afterwards, please email me. I will gladly respond to you. There's no problem there, okay? The BEM, Business Entrepreneurship Program, is a 2-year diploma program that's offered out of the Woodstock campus. There's approximately 20 hours per week of scheduled classes, and then you would have your homework on top of that. Depending on how much you know about the topic that we're covering, that will determine how much homework you have. If you're really good at accounting, then your homework will be done much quicker. But if you have never done accounting before, it might take you a little while. But we typically say that for every hour in school, you likely have about an hour's worth of homework. So 20 hours of scheduled classes, 20 hours of homework. The level 1 courses are the same as what is offered in all of the Fanshawe business programs, which is really, really nice. Because that way, you know that you're getting consistency across the campuses. Levels 2 through 4 are specific to entrepreneurship, opening your own business, or managing a business for someone else, or getting into a management position at a different company, okay? So why business, why entrepreneurship, why management? In Canada, the 97.9%, so 98% of all businesses in Canada are considered to be small businesses. They employ 100 people or fewer. Okay? And in Ontario, 97.7, so almost exactly the same. Almost 98% of all the businesses in Ontario are small businesses. And the small and medium businesses, a medium business in Canada is approximately 500 employees or fewer. So almost 90% of all businesses in Canada are small to medium enterprise. That's where the action is in Canada, is your small, medium enterprises. When we looked at what program we wanted to offer, we decided that if small, medium businesses make up the majority of businesses in Canada, let's offer a program that teaches students and helps students navigate through that world. Okay. Some of the things with regards to your curriculum, some of the courses that you'll get, what you'll be introduced to, you get accounting at three different levels. You get the theory, the paper, the how to do it hands-on. And then you get computerized accounting. So you learn how to take that over to into one of the software programs, QuickBooks or Simply Accounting. In addition, you get a course in financial management, which teaches you how to more in-depth on how to read and analyze your financial statements, how to talk to banks, how to talk to other people who might be willing to loan you money to start a business if that's where you're heading. You get a few different aspects of marketing. You get the marketing theory, of course, we start out with that. And then you learn about digital marketing, website design using social media, how to run an online business. That's what our e-business is, as well as merchandising. If you are going to have a brick and mortar, if you're going to have a shop, a store, how to set that up to be attractive and to encourage customers to buy before they actually leave the store. You learn computers, you learn the Microsoft Office suite is currently what we're using. You also learn the web-based software, which is the new thing, you know, working in the cloud, as well as how to use team software so that during a pandemic, you can communicate with other people, other members of your team. You learn management skills, business management, financial management, project management, retail management, as many different aspects and industries that we could possibly think of. We made sure that they were covered. You learn how to create a business plan. You do them twice, and you do them in levels 2 and 4, and each time you do them, we have it set up so that you do what's called we call it a dragon's den. It's where you present your business idea to outside people. So the first time in level 2, you present them to staff and other instructors. In level 4, we bring in people from the community who are financial lenders for you to present, for you to pitch your business idea to. And then we also make sure that we cover the soft skills. We cover how to sell, how to approach people, how to do cold calls, how to close a sale, how to read customers. All of those things are part of that course. We teach communication, both written communication and verbal communication, how to speak, how to do presentations, all those little pieces that you need. We talk about networking and the importance of networking and getting to know people in your community. The other soft skills, we teach critical thinking, we teach dining etiquette. There's a whole scope of the soft skills that we try to cover in the course, in the program. And as we see the trends changing, we update the curriculum to include those things. The next thing that we'll be adding to the curriculum is how to run business meetings virtually, because there are some things that, you know, that you should, good things and bad things that you have to watch out for. And then also there's a part of the curriculum that takes you into the community. You do that in 2 different ways. One is volunteering, you give back to the community, and the other one is via a mentorship. And that's where we help you find an organization, a business that is similar to what you want to do when you graduate, and you go there and you live that experience. So you still have your schoolwork, you still have your studies that you have to do. In addition to that, you spend a day or 2 days a week living what it would be like to do what you want to do. It's better that you learn the ins and outs of it and whether or not you really, really like it while you're in school before you start on your own endeavor. So this gives you that exposure and that experience. The BEM team, our business team, and we truly are a team. We work together, we communicate weekly with each other to make sure that everything is going smoothly and that there's no hiccups, that students are attending, that students are participating. We try not to, we really, really work hard at not letting any student fall through the cracks. Your instructors in this program, they all work in the field that they're teaching. They are small business owners. They are accountants. They are business managers. And they come in, and they pass on their experiences to you. They are doing what they are teaching you. They practice what they teach. They are content experts, both through their previous education as well as their experience. So they bring both of those things into the classroom to help you get the most out of your experience at our campus. The team members, they are involved in the community. Just like we have you go out into the community, your instructors are also involved in the community. They own businesses, they work in businesses in the community, and they volunteer. They set up the example. They participate in a number of different organizations in the community, as do I. And your instructors, we've all been there. We've all done what you're doing. We've all sat in the same chair that you're going to be sitting in. And for that reason, we bring the empathy. We're approachable. We understand that life goes on, and there's things that happen, and you may have questions, you may have concerns that are outside the spectrum of what the curriculum covers. We're very willing to answer your questions and to help you out with anything that we can. Okay? We're very, very approachable. It's one thing that we try to be. We appreciated it when we were in your position, so we give it back to you. Okay. That's what I have. I know that was really quick. Are there any questions? Sorry, I know that was really quick.
Thank you so much, Betty. There are some questions. You can always email Betty, or you can email us at international@fanshawe.ca for further questions. But now we are going to answer all your questions. Here's the first question. I finished 4 years bachelor's degree in business management in my country. Will this course be appropriate for me?
It's going to bring, this program would bring the Canadian aspect of business management and how we do things. When you apply for the program, our registrar's office and our international office will take a look at your credentials and your schooling. But if this gives you that exposure to Canadian business and how Canadian business works. So I am of the belief that all education is good education. You will still learn things. And what I love about having our international students in our courses is you bring that experience with you, and you can share that experience with all of the students here. So it really helps to broaden everybody's horizon, to bring in new information. Let everybody see a different side of things, different points of view. That answers your question.
Yes, I mean, I think they have to, the best way will be to go through the program overview and then look at each course and then read about the course description to decide if, and also think about their future career goals. If they match, of course, they can join the program. So let's check. Is the mentorship paid, and is it mandatory?
No, the mentorship is not paid mentorship. It is for you to go out and to work side by side or to shadow a local business that is in the field that you're interested in getting into. So it isn't paid, and it is mandatory. It is one of the courses in the program, so it must be completed, yes.
And do the students have to spend time outside of school for the mentorship program?
No, the mentorship program, we have it built in the hours, approximately between 7 and 8 hours a week. We have that built into the schedule. But what we do in your last term in the level 4 is you have fewer classes so that you can be a lot more flexible with your mentorship. We can't ask, well, I suppose we could, but it wouldn't be fair to the employers. Ask employers to change the way they do things or when they do things. So rather than having you miss essential tasks for that business that you're being in, we made your schedule flexible enough that you can do a couple hours on this day or 2 or 3 hours on that day. So you can make your own arrangement. You work out with the mentor, you work with your employer, your host employer, to determine what schedule fits best for both of you based on the courses that you do still have to complete during that term, but also what works best for the employer so that you can see all of that important stuff. If, you know, when they're having their team meetings or their management meetings, or if they have an audit and you want to sit in and see how the audit's done, or when they purchase things, you can be there for that without putting any undue pressure or any undue work on the employer or having you miss classes.
Okay, thank you. Can I purchase used textbooks?
Oh, you can. You absolutely can. We have sourced, and we are continuing to source as many free textbooks as we can. There are a couple of options here that we can get free textbooks. You can purchase used textbooks, but I caution against it until closer to the beginning of the program because editions change. Some of them have access codes so that you can use online resources as well. Those textbooks, if you purchase a used one, you would have to then purchase the access code separately. And sometimes that ends up costing you just as much as what the new book is. Our textbooks, we have also tried to get as many as possible as online electronic copies, which that reduces the cost of the textbook as well for the students.
Thank you.
Okay.
How much homework will there be?
The amount of homework depends on how well versed you are in the topic to begin with. If you already know accounting, then you won't have to do as much homework. If you already know how to use Microsoft Word or Excel, you won't have to spend as much time doing the homework, doing those assignments and doing those lessons. So the amount of homework you have really is dependent upon what you bring to the program to begin with.
Okay. And will the program be running online in September 2021?
I don't know. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping by 2021, September 2021, we're back on campus and back in the classroom and life has returned to normal.
Yes.
But
we
I can't
hope that.
Yeah.
We cannot say it. We cannot tell yet. We have started the September intake online, and we are continuing it online for January too.
Yes. Yeah. This is fully online for January. I don't know what September 21 is going to hold.
But the students are going to have a break during summer, who have started in September, right? From May till September, there is a 4 months break.
Yes, from the 1st of May to the 1st of September.
And international students can work full-time during this break, which is a very good advantage for them, like to apply what they have learned in the first year and then come to the second year more experienced.
Yes.
And I really like the Woodstock campus. Can you
I
please
love the Woodstock campus.
Yes, can you please tell a little bit about the Woodstock campus to our international students? Like,
of course.
Very beautiful. It's small. Everybody knows the students. Like, it's.
Yes, you don't get away with very much at the Woodstock campus without someone knowing who you are. Woodstock is a city of about 40,000 people, 45,000 people. We are really nicely situated, about a half an hour from London, which is a fairly big city, half an hour from Kitchener in the opposite direction, half an hour from Hamilton, and about an hour from Toronto. So, and we're right off the major highways. So it's a really quick, if you do want to go into one of the bigger cities. But Woodstock is a really nice community, lots of green space. The campus itself, we're called the Country Club campus because we have a pond with fountains and swans, and we have a couple of ball diamonds. We're connected to our community complex. There's a couple of ice rinks at the complex, and student council rents the ice rinks so that students can go down there and play pickup hockey or just ice skate. Our student council on campus tries to be as active as possible. We do lots of things. We arrange bus trips to Canada's Wonderland at Halloween. We have free lunches every week. We have free coffee a couple times a week, depending on, now this is when we're on campus. Right now, of course, all of that stuff is kind of set aside. We are still, though, even during the pandemic, student council is doing things like having draws for gift cards, for $25 gift cards, and we just randomly draw student names and then send them out the virtual gift cards or mail them cards. But the campus it's fairly small, but we are mighty. It's very, you get that personal connection. If you are struggling with something, you just come and knock on my office door and come in and sit down and tell me what's going on. Everybody is very approachable and very easy to talk to. There's very seldom any lineups. When it's time for, if you need to speak with someone, you can just knock on the door and go in and see them. It's really a very nice, friendly atmosphere. Some of my students, I have them on Facebook still, and they call me Mom. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I love it. Yes.
Yes, that's the attention you get when you're in Woodstock. Yes.
It is. Well, they come and if they're lonely, or they have 10 or 15 minutes when I'm on campus, they'll come and sit in my office and just chat. It's nice. It's nice.
And what about the class size? Like, how many students will be in a class?
We typically run in this program, we typically start out with about 25 to 30 students. And then the students find what they really want to do. So they maybe transfer into a full marketing program or something like that. We run about 20 students in the program. So you get really, really good one-on-one attention from your instructors. And the students all help each other. They all, we encourage group work, and the 20 students in the class, that small of a class, allows the students to really get to know each other, and they really bond and help each other out. They stay connected afterwards as well.
Do they do projects together, like
yes, yeah, they do group work all through every single level that you're in. You do group work. Even in the last level, when you're working on your you do two different types of business plans. One is a typical business plan that's a 60-70 page document that you would take to a bank. The other type of business plan that you do in the last term is what's called a business canvas. It's for a lean startup, so it's more where you would go and pitch your company to what we call angel investors, private individuals who have money that want to invest in your company. And in both of those situations, you're working with a team. You have your classmates, and you work with your classmates to develop these. Throughout every single term, you do group projects, you do group work. There is a lot of that in the program.
And I think seeing real life examples helps the students a lot for their future job search. Like, doing those projects is very, very important.
Yes, and we have community. We have in a couple of the programs, you work with members of the community. So for example, in your digital media and marketing course, you are connected with a local business that doesn't have much internet presence, and you develop a digital marketing plan for them. So you decide how best they should. You work with them and you develop that plan. When you do your website course, you create a website for a small business in town that doesn't have a website presence. So you help them with that. As much as we can, we bring in the community for you to work with. That exposure lets you network, lets you get to know more people in the community, and it gives you that real life. Well, it's real life. You are doing these projects for people.
Project. Yes. So that's the end of our session today. I believe we have answered all the questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Betty. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.
So I can shut that off.